Welcome. We're here with Miss McClure. We're going to talk about Unger Mountain today. Can you just give us a little background information about what Unger Mountain is, who it's for, and its purpose?
Absolutely. Sean and Natalie Unger had dreams of building a tower at their house, and long story short, they had to take it down, and we benefited from that here at Southwood. This summer, they rebuilt this wall. Unger Mountain is a 46-foot climbing tower. It's got 3 sides to it. The side behind us is the hardest route. Up above is the chimney side, with 2 boxes protruding out. On the other side is the flat side, and then the far side is an open side where people can jump from the top if they get up to the top. The purpose of this tower is to help people overcome fears. It's also an opportunity to give our community something that is distinct to our area. It's also used for team building, and it's a great physical activity.
Can you tell us a little bit about what Choose Your Challenge means?
Absolutely. A common misconception right now is that if you choose to participate, you have to get to the top of the wall. And that's just simply a myth. Choose Your Challenge means that should you choose to climb, you're going to make a goal for yourself. For some, it might be getting all the way to the top and using the quick jump to get down. For others, it might simply be putting on a harness because their fear of heights is so overwhelming to them. Regardless, we're here to help you. We're not going to force anybody to do something that they are uncomfortable with, but we're also going to encourage you to push yourself and push through those barriers you have.
Awesome. What are some features on Unger Mountain?
There's a lot of features on Unger Mountain. We have 4 true blues, and these are auto belays. Belay in French means tight rope. An auto belay, we would put a harness on you, use a carabiner, and these auto belays, as you climb, the rope gets tighter on its own automatically. When you choose to be done, if you don't get all the way to the top, when you let go, the True Blues have magnets in them that will engage and let you down. I describe it as the first feeling when you go over a big hill, that feeling that your stomach leaves you for a split second. That's how I would describe it, but it will lower you smoothly to the ground. Another feature is the quick jump. Should you make it all the way to the top, we would have a trained facilitator up there that would then transfer you to the quick jump, and you jump off, so to speak. It's more like a step off. We also have what's called a live belay, and if a facilitator is trained for that, they can belay you up using a little device. We don't do that very often, but we do have some trained facilitators for that. And then lastly, we have what's called a team belay. There are belay posts on 2 sides of the wall, and this is where we use a lot of teamwork. And in the future, that's probably what we'll use, but to start off with, we will use the auto belay the most. And then we also have the tower itself. One side, like I mentioned before, is flat. That doesn't mean it's not challenging, but it's probably the easiest route to take. And then right behind us is the hardest route. There's only been, to date, 3 people who have been able to get up the right side of this wall without putting their hand or foot like on the side or in the chimney. So again, choose your challenge. This would be if somebody had an easy time getting up, we may say, okay, only use the blue holds or the red holds. So there's really something for everyone.
What equipment is used for the tower?
We have various equipment. One I'm holding right now is a carabiner. This is the strength of it all. We also have harnesses, and we have ropes. And I think Gabe is going to show us a harness here. There's 2 different types of harnesses. There's a blue harness and a green that participants and climbers will be using. Some of the facilitators will have a full body harness on, but these are just, we've referred to them sometimes as saddles. The difference in colors is simply a difference in size. And as Gabe comes over here, we'll kind of talk about what this looks like so that when you come out to climb the wall, you have this information already. All right, so as we put the harness on, there are two leg holes to put your legs through. What we're looking for is that the waistband is above your hips. That's important. That it is that it's snug. We don't want it super tight where you can't breathe or move, but obviously we don't want it loose either. And then we do the pancake test. So Gabe, I'm going to have you put your hands through your leg holes. He should be able to put his hands through the leg holes like a pancake, and then I want you to make a fist. And okay, so if he is able to bring his hands out with a fist, that's too loose. That's the test that we'll be using. As you get familiar with this, it'll go a lot quicker, but when we start climbing the wall, this will probably take a little bit more time. The next thing is we don't want any loose parts to the harness. So you may be able to do this on your own. You may need to get a friend, but what we would do is, turn around for me, here you go. We'd put it through here, and then we would have him go ahead and tuck that into your belt there. It would be the same with the leg loops as well. One thing we do, Gabe is ready to climb. He's got a t-shirt on, he's got long enough shorts. We don't recommend jeans. You can climb in them, but they don't provide a lot of movement. Longer shorts, cargo shorts, basketball shorts work great. Sweats are fine too. Athletic tights, but we don't recommend short running shorts or like volleyball shorts. Depending on the weather, you may choose a longer sleeve shirt. You want your clothing to not be loose but not be too tight. As far as shoes, athletic shoes work. We want to avoid sandals and slippers and things like that. And again, if you have questions, just come see me and I can answer those for you. Thank you.
So, is there any other information participants need to know before climbing?
Absolutely. Before anybody climbs, they need 2 forms on file, and they can hand these in to me. The green form is the parent and guardian authorization form. And then the blue form is a health history form. The day that you climb, I would ask you if there's anything that we need to be aware of. Maybe you have a pre-existing back injury, you've hurt your ankle recently. Those are need-to-knows that you need to be upfront with your facilitators so that they can help you have a safe and fun experience. Another thing is if you're allergic to bees or wasps, they like to use the mountain as well. And so we need to be aware of those things. And of course, we've got a first aid kit out here on hand should we need it. Another thing that we want you to be aware of is we want to take care of this equipment. We have fantastic equipment. Most of it is really new, has not been used very much, and so we definitely want to respect our equipment. And one thing that we're going to ask participants to do is we will have a blue tarp outside the climbing area, and we want all equipment to stay on that. We never want harnesses, helmets, ropes, carabiners to be on the ground because over time that will collect dust and that will ruin our equipment quicker. So again, there's the blue tarp. We ask that people don't walk on it. We want to keep that as clean as possible. And lastly is there will be at least 2 trained facilitators at all times with the wall. And we normally like to have at least 3. So there will be a facilitator on ground. Make sure that you listen to him or her. And then lastly, to be able to go off the quick jump, there has to be a facilitator up top. If there's not a facilitator up top, we will tell you that you can climb all the way to the top, but you can't go over the top of it. You should never be up there without a facilitator up there. And we're looking forward to this. We hope that people will come out and give this a try. Again, if you have any questions, let me know, and hope to see you soon.